Every year, millions of Muslims from different parts of the world make journey to Mecca, especially in the month of Dhul Hijjah, to accomplish the pilgrimage of Hajj. In the pilgrimage of Hajj, Muslims from all over the world assemble together to unitedly worship Allah, the one true God, learn about Islam, mend their mistakes and wrongdoings, and reform to a better self. Allah, the one true God, have obligated Hajj on every Muslim for at least once in their lifetime, who have the health and the economic means to make the journey without causing distress to their household and livelihood. What is the origin of this holy pilgrimage? It all began with Prophet Ibrahim and his first son, Prophet Ismail, peace be upon them. The societies at the time of Prophet Ibrahim were predominantly polytheistic, where people used to worship anything and everything. Prophet Ibrahim was commanded by Allah to travel through the land and preach Islam, the oneness of God, who is the creator of all, who is unmaterialistic and above the comprehension of the creation, and the accountability of one's actions to the God on the Day of Judgment. And thus, Prophet Ibrahim became a great traveler, and during his lifetime he traveled to many different lands and preached Islam. And by his preaching, many people accepted Islam, but they were scattered in different parts of the world. Much of these Muslims were minority in their own community. It became difficult for Prophet Ibrahim to monitor all these scattered Muslims by visiting them. Some of them were facing persecution for their faith in monotheism, and some were struggling to gain religious knowledge, as communication and transportation were not easy at that time, and it was difficult for Muslims to keep track on Prophet Ibrahim and reach him for resolution. Allah commanded Prophet Ibrahim to visit his first son, who was also blessed with prophethood and was living in Mecca, and build there a house with the help of his son for the Muslims living in different parts of the world, so that the Muslims have a place to assemble, learn about Islam, and worship Allah. Thus, a cuboid house was built, and it was named Baitullah, meaning House of the God, a place to worship Allah. Muslims were informed about the obligation of Hajj commanded by Allah, and it was easier for the Muslims to assemble together at a designated place and learn about Islam, rather than Prophet Ibrahim visiting Muslims to teach Islam, or for the Muslims to track on Prophet Ibrahim to learn more about Islam. And it was also a grand opportunity for Muslims to meet Muslims from other parts of the world, develop connection and bonding. Through Hajj, Muslims got to learn about the situations of Muslims living in other parts of the world, and oppressed Muslims discovered places for exodus to take refuge. If some Muslims were facing persecution in one location, they could easily migrate to another location with the help of other Muslims, whom they already knew from the Hajj. And it is obligatory on every Muslim to give refuge and stand for other Muslims. Therefore, Muslims from all over the world travel through deserts, mountains, rivers, and seas to assemble at Baitullah to learn about Islam and unitedly worship Allah. Allah, the one true God, preserved the hard work of Prophet Ibrahim's whole life by his first son, Ismail, peace be upon him. The custody of Baitullah was given to Prophet Ismail. Prophet Ismail was blessed with language and special ability of communication. He was very patient, wise, knowledgeable, and righteous. He taught the Muslims about the do's and don'ts of Islam, the worship of Allah, spiritualism, piety, etc. Prophet Ismail was a great teacher. The tradition of Hajj continued ever since. After the death of Prophet Ismail, the tradition of the high priest scholar began, who would teach and guide the assembled Muslims. The rituals of Hajj continued accordingly, until about 500 years before the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Some influential Meccans innovated idolatry and superstition in Hajj rituals, which they witnessed in polytheistic foreign land. And with time, Baitullah turned into a house of idols, and the religion of Prophet Ibrahim turned from the religion of the one true God to the religion where there were gods for anything and everything. Allah, the one true God, restored His religion, Islam, and the religion of all His prophets, by His last prophet and messenger, Muhammad, peace be upon him. Prophet Muhammad established Islam. And once again, Muslims authentically commence the pilgrimage of Hajj and worship Allah alone at Baitullah, the house of Allah. Like, share, and subscribe to create awareness. We are also available on Facebook, Google+, Twitter, and Paltalk.